Buddy, thank you. Let me begin by echoing the words of the representative from Sedgwick County who said that this was truly a bipartisan process and that the committee worked very hard and diligently on this. I would also like to say that this is not a bill that just does something to do something. This is a bill that addresses a concern that's been brought before the committee for at least 7 years. It addresses case managers who are often threatened by those they are caring for. It addresses foster families who feel their children are at risk because of the juveniles that we're talking about here. So this is an attempt to address a problem. Now, the question is, are the things that are being proposed in this bill going to prove effective? I would remind you that there is a metric built into this bill, and that is that we are going to follow what happens with these youth, and we're going to see whether what we are doing is beneficial to them as well. And I think that's important to point out here. I would like to say something else, and that is that in the 3 years I've been on this committee, we have heard people say, we need this, we need this, we need this. And on the other hand, people have said, there's no evidence, there's no evidence, there's no evidence that any of this is going to work. And so what happened was exactly nothing. How are we serving that sliver of youth we're talking about here if we do nothing? And also, what is this causing? What problems is this causing for the other youth that would be benefited by what we're doing through Senate Bill 367 when case managers want to quit working and when foster families pull out? So there is a problem here that we're trying to address. Now, the questions that have been asked about, again, whether the things that we're proposing are going to be effective or not is something we're going to have to watch. But this is an important issue. This is a very, very important issue. This sliver of youth we're talking about are youth, and they deserve our attention, and they deserve the best possible care that they can get so that they can become productive citizens in our society. We should all want that. I'm sure we do. Now, that said, in those 3 sessions I've been here, I've never heard any organization come forward and say, we know what works with this quasi 10% of youth. Here's a program in state X, Y, or Z that functions. Here's what they've done. All we've heard is what doesn't work. I ask myself why that is. Everyone stands around and complains when we do something, but if there are positive things that we can do and they've been left unexplored, what are those things? Well, it so happens that the state of Missouri is doing something that's very effective, and they've been doing it for a long time. And I've been reading their annual reports. Their Department of Juvenile Services has a non-recidivism rate of over 75%, and in some years 79%. That's impressive. Why aren't we looking at that? I'm going to make you a promise, and that promise is that this is really an issue that I have grown to appreciate through working with Chairman Lewis and the other members of the committee, and I intend to stay involved in this issue. And I'm going to try to see what we can do to learn from our neighbor, perhaps first, and from others who have been successful in this area, and see what it is that we can adapt down the road so that we can make real and lasting progress here. Because if we can help to crack the problem here, we are going to be having an impact on generations of Kansans. And this is an opportunity that I feel we cannot turn down. And so let me just say, I urge you to support me in supporting this bill, but more importantly, I urge you to support the issue that is at the base of this bill and to be willing to look at this critically and to learn what we can so that we can make even better decisions down the road so that we are serving all the youth, so that we are serving our communities in our state well. Thank you.